Well, good morning, everybody. Today's day 4 of the Wilderness Living Challenge, season number 6. If you're not familiar with the challenge is we weigh ourselves at the beginning. At the end, we're going to weigh ourselves out. We're only eating wild food. If we lose any weight at all, we lose the challenge. Have we lost any weight yet, Jeremy?
I don't know.
No, we don't know either. We'll find out at the end.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a goose in the oven. No, it's not a goose. It's a pigeon. That's a pigeon stuffed inside of a goose. 100% wild food, stuffed with apples. So it's an apple stuffed pigeon, which we're gonna have for brunch, because we're going out not turkey. Well, we might go turkey hunting. If there's a turkey there, we'll shoot it.
Yep.
But we're actually going goose hunting again because it was so successful yesterday. So I'll meet you out in the field. But that's not all we're doing today. We're gonna go hammer probably some crows. We got some. We can go fishing. Go bow fishing. That might happen. Probably try to call some raccoons again. They've been eluding us so far. We got the Fox Pro collar. Any other ideas? Crow, pigeon. We can go whack some pigeons. There's a farmer down the road who wants to get rid of some. Maybe a sneak peek inside the oven here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see anything. Oh, you can't see anything at all. But it's been slow cooking all night. I may want to check it before we go just to make sure it's all right. What's that? Oh, we can do some pick and process. Apples. Grapes. We found some wild grapes. We want to hit those before they're completely gone.
Burdock root is on my list.
Oh, burdock root. We've always been forgetting that.
Behind your squirrel stand.
Okay, good. And of course, we're always on the lookout for deer. Last night there were coyotes came in like crazy.
Oh, wow. Fall off the bone.
That's done.
That looks so good.
Roasted. Should we flip it?
Oh, it smells so good.
Flip it and soak it?
No.
Just leave it like that?
Yeah.
Nice
just
crust on the top?
Turn it off and just... Let's tell Mark we'll be an hour. And let's just eat this.
We should have a bite. We could have a bite right now.
Yeah, we should.
Shouldn't we?
Yeah, we haven't had breakfast.
Well, we'll have a taste anyway.
Yeah.
Is this turned off?
Yeah, I just turned it off.
Alright. Oh, dude, what? You no knife? Nothing? You're gonna have to grab a knife for that. Gudgeon.
Good.
How's the gudgeon?
It's dry on top.
Is it? What's a good thing we checked? It seemed like it was, like I could smell a little bit of dryness.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. We'll dunk it in the fat down there.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Now it's not dry at all.
Can't wait for supper.
Brunch.
Or lunch. Brunch.
Well, that's not so bad for first time cooking in the oven. Especially cooking overnight. We didn't really check on it, so I had to kind of trust that would work. But we just set it on a super low temperature. Probably slightly overcooked, but if we tear it all apart and drop it all down in that bear fat.
Mix it with some wild rice.
Oh, we should actually chuck some wild rice in there right now and just let it soak. Some leftover fish from last night. Sitting on the counter. Might as well eat it. Because we're not going to be eating for at least a few hours. Maybe not till noon. Depending on how the goose hunt goes. With some fresh rainbow trout from the trout pond we set up as part of this homestead. Soaked in bear fat. From a bear we shot Wilderness Living Challenge last year.
Yeah.
With Zach.
Season 4?
Mm-hmm. Ready to go?
I'm so ready.
Okay, locked and loaded. We gotta walk up to the road. It's easier for us to walk out than to drive out. We're drived up a little bit back into the center of the property. It's about 40 acres we have access to with the homestead, and then it backs onto a bunch of private land that we gained access to for all sorts of activities now. We actually gained use of another field at the back through Mark's family. That's how we got to know Mark, because he's a neighbor here, and he's been a good friend throughout this because he's got lots of hookups. He's also a really good goose hunter. And he's interested in all the sorts of things I am, except for the wild foods. He won't eat the crazy animals that we'll eat. He'll have a bite and a taste, but I haven't turned him on to the squirrels and all that good stuff. but he's had some and he's fine. He's fine with it. So anyway, he's picking us up. He's got all the decoys. He's got a truckload full. It's a pretty expensive thing to get into, goose hunting, because you need all the decoys, and then of course you need a truck to carry it in. All right guys, we're just out here. Hey, look at that, there's a goose already. No, it's not a goose, it's a decoy. So we've got a variety of different decoys here. We've got those are just kind of standing decoys, and then we got the sleeping, resting decoys. Mark's got, well, there's a science to this. He's got them set up. He says the bigger the set, the better. And we got some feeders here. Here's a feeding decoy. He's got his neck down. And what we're gonna do is, there's a tree line here and a tree. It would be better if we could sit actually right in the field, but that's not gonna happen because we don't have any layout blinds. That's a whole nother thing. Maybe we'll invest in that later. We got a big spread here all around me. Can you guys see them? Not really. You'll see them as the sun comes up. So we're expecting the geese to come from behind us. The wind's going this way. They like to fly into the wind as they land, and then we're gonna be headed over here in the tree line. The goal of this is to really head home with some surplus for Jeremy. He's already got 7 extra birds. We might eat another one if we get one, if we don't manage to get anything else. But this is seasonal abundance. This is what's for us right now, and there's a 5 goose limit, but I think the possession limit's pretty high. I think it's like 20 or 25 birds. So if we can send Jeremy home with a bunch of birds, that's what we're gonna do. How are our prospects this morning?
Pretty good, I think.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
If we can shoot right.
If we can shoot straight, we should get some birds. We should get Jeremy some food.
It's gonna be cool,
I like the
right?
dropping you guys off, going home and coming back, and everything's set up and it's warmer and the sun's up.
Yeah, and the geese are flying.
And the geese are flying.
A little bit of back cover.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty low visibility from the front, but like it's kind of wide open at the back here, right?
Yeah.
They might come in behind us, so it'll be obscured a little bit. Should work out. Got some for Mark. He's just dropping off the truck, so he can whip something up too if he wants. And I think we'll be good to go in the next 10 minutes, eh?
Looks like it. Jeremy's just using the mullen. We used this before. This is, you can make hand drill friction fire with this. And I think this is just ragweed. So, because he's a little bit out in the open in this spot here. And I'm tucked over here. I'll show you my spot. I got the tree here. So we're just over here under this tree. And so I don't need to do a whole lot of bushing in this spot. I got the tree overhead. Like they're gonna cup into the wind on my left shoulder, and they're gonna drop in this spot here. I should be able to get them. I'll let them go a little bit further from this side, and then they can pick them off. Like Jeremy would probably be in the money spot as far as when we shoot, and I can pick off the back birds. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Jeremy can pick off the middle, and then Mark can pick off the lead. So probably we'll let Mark decide when we shoot, and if there's enough of them coming in, we should be able to knock a few down. Here, Jay, wild edible.
Woo! Got raccoon poops on it?
It might. I looked around, there was none there.
Okay.
Do a duck or goose perspective. We're legal now, but there's nothing in the air yet. It's been a nice morning though so far compared to what we have seen. On the way in we had a couple deer out, so it would have been a good morning to be hunting deer as well. But we haven't had much success with the deer, so we'll probably have more success with the goose. This is a really good one.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Well, that was a bit of a change from yesterday. If you didn't watch the goose hunt from the last video, go back and watch because it's a lot more epic than this one. We got nothing to show for it. We're going to give her a few more minutes and we're going to take off. We had a couple circle by and they're mostly landing over there. Mark figures they're landing in a pond over there. So I think we're going to probably do another goose hunt, but it won't be during this series. We'll do another catch and cook. Maybe Courtney will come out and not for the hunt, but maybe we'll do another overnighter at the cabin. Now that it's all set up, we know how to run it. We'll do another one. But we're not done with this episode. We are going to go and get some food somehow. So I think maybe we'll head back, have a bite to eat, and then maybe we'll look at some crows. Jeremy lined up a couple places where we could do the call with the raccoons, so we'll give that a go.
So my guess would be that we showed up here about a half hour after the birds actually left the ponds and went out to feed, just because it was such a nice clear morning. Cool, but it had no wind. So I'm guessing we just missed them going out. That's why there was so many just flew over us on their way back to the pond. So I think we were too late, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways because it wouldn't have been legal shooting light. So we'll go by the pond and
we should
see.
drive by and see.
Well, we'll go by this pond and see how many birds are actually in there, because we probably just watched 150 drop in there.
So we just fire up the generator. Gonna get a fire going because it's chilly. So of course, because we got a generator, we have lights. I'm gonna charge up the Apex battery. We're gonna run off that today, just because it runs outside. And oh yeah, we gotta get a bite to eat. We had the goose sitting in here, and then we're gonna put on a pot of wild rice as well. So just got the pot here, and probably use a cup of rice or so. Anyway, get that fired up, and then we'll have a bite to eat and sit down. Got some of our geese hanging from the other day. That's how well we did the other day. We got 8 of them. And today, of course, nothing. You might notice this little red squirrel in there. Unfortunate victim of our live traps. It went into one of the raccoon sets, and yeah, got exposure from the rain overnight, because we've had some pretty nasty stuff. And that's what we're going to go check after. We're going to check, see if our raccoon traps are paying off. So far we've gotten skunked on our traps, but hey, keep working at it. That's all we can do.
Every spare minute, get over here and pluck some more. Maybe it's good that we didn't get any this morning.
We've been using a lot of this bear fat. This is stuff I had rendered out last year, so we're adding it as a calorie fortifier to almost all of our meals. It goes well with everything. We've done it with the goose, just add a little bit more. We also have been using it on trout and the squirrel, and of course in the rice. So adding this in, it just sops it up and just completes the meal. This wild rice takes so much longer to cook than the processed stuff. It's probably about at least a good 45 minutes to an hour. So that all takes into how long it takes us to get things done around here, along with all the other chores. We got our dehusked black walnuts. So we're trying to get a nice hard shell on them so that we can actually break them open and eat them. But this is a long-term storage project because, well, they store a long term, first of all. Second of all, it takes a long time to get them to the point where you can actually eat them. And the squirrels know that all too well, because this is exactly what the squirrels are doing. They take the outer green husk off and then they put it someplace and let them dry. They just can't use a fire like we can to dry them out faster. And of course they can't leave them out in the open either, because if they do, another squirrel is going to take them. I'm going to tidy up a little bit. We have some guests coming tonight. My wife and my son are expected to make the trip out here since it's Friday night. So better clean up a little, huh? Ready for it?
Already.
I don't know if you're ready for it anymore. I think it kept cooking.
Yeah. Oh, looks.
It's pretty golden.
Yeah.
A little past golden, but it's gonna have to do.
That's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's a little overdone. It's Christmas turkey overdone. Everybody's done an overdone turkey. Well, maybe not anymore, because now they come with pretty explicit directions.
Yeah.
And it's pretty known how to do it. But yeah, I mean the middle is probably fine somewhere. We're gonna eat it anyway. Not going to waste because that's all we got.
Yeah.
I was hoping that bear fat at the bottom would be good, so we'll have to taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's got that,
Bear flavor.
yeah, the richness. And we're gonna have to figure out a way to scoop it. We need a bone plate again. Bone
Yeah.
bowl?
Yep.
Bone bowl. Here we go. That's good. Eat the skin because that's where all the fat's gonna be.
Yeah, I like crispy skin. It's one of the things I missed this year.
Oh, actually, that's really good.
Crispy chicken skin.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be one of the first things I do in the new year is get one of those like grocery store barbecue chickens. Just eat all the skin and then make my kids some sandwiches.
That's really, really, really good. Skin's really, really good. Were you up all night basting it?
Basting the goose?
Yeah.
Nope. No, I was sleeping like a baby.
Yeah, I slept well too. I'm sleeping out on the deck. So I heard lots of coyotes last night.
Got goose down on me. I've been plucking.
We sure have. We only have
4 left.
4 hours of plucking left. It's like a full-time job, this homesteading business.
Yeah.
Oh! I forgot about that!
Oh!
Did you forget too?
Yep.
Because you missed the last episode.
No, it's not just a goose. It's a goojin.
That's a goose, and that's the pigeon we stuffed inside the goose, and there's apples too.
Yeah.
I have to fight over this guy.
It's cut him in
Let's split him
half.
in half.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only fair.
We could fight. Trout and bird versus trout and bird.
Got some room there.
I just flip the handle around.
Yeah, and then you can be the star of the show. Can you guys still see him? You guys see him? See what they got?
Have a good look now, because he's not going to be hanging around for too long.
That's my half.
Yeah.
Alright, nice.
And it's full of apples too.
Is it really? Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, you jammed it full of apples.
Well, that's where all the moisture's coming from. It's like a real turkey leg.
So what does pigeon taste like? This one's really tender.
Mm-hmm.
It's good and greasy, eh?
Mm-hmm. So after we eat this, we have no food. Well, aside from more geese.
And 2 more pigeons. 1 squirrel.
God, we should probably do like... Okay, so we're good. Maybe we need to get the pigeons ready for tonight.
They're quick.
They're quick.
They're quick to pluck.
Pigeon each to pluck. And
Kind of a small meal, but
yeah. Well, we'll have some of this too.
there's the
That's a leftover.
pigeon breast.
Adobo spice. Want some adobo spice? Change mine yet?
Next year.
Next year.
74 days.
That's a shame. It's good stuff. If you guys want to buy some, you can now. It's all for sale. Give me some maple syrup. Homemade maple syrup.
Smells good.
Because we're only second jar.
Yeah,
Still have what?
we've failed our maple syrup consumption
4 more jars. 3
action
more jars.
plan.
All right, guys, we're gonna go check the traps here. We got an advanced trap over here for raccoon. We had it set. Raccoon or coyote, we can catch anything. I got way too much stuff to carry, so I'm gonna lug you guys around on the GoPro here. I've got 2 guns with me, plus all the decoys on my back for the crows. And well, you can see the mess we've made with all the different animals we ate, and yet there's nothing in the trap, period. Got peanut butter bomb, marshmallows on top. That's how we started. We got some leftover meats, squirrels, feathers, the whole works. We got a trail camera here by Browning. We'll check that out later. See what kind of activity's been coming through there, if any at all. But this is like one of the first nice days since we kind of started here. There's lots of rain, lots of water through here. See how much water's in here. Oh, it's been piling up and piling up and piling up. Anyway, we got another trap just up the way here. This will be trap number, I guess, 3 since Mark checked all his out already. Oh, if I get through here. So cumbersome walking around with 2 guns. Oh, but we need a 22 for raccoons, and we need the 20 for, or the 12 I should say, for crows. Oh, and there's nothing in that trap there. Here's another trap, and it is also not touched, and all the corn is still there on the outside of it. Started this a little while ago. Keep it clear of leaves, and then when the deer come in, they'll start peeing in it, and I'll know what kind of deer around here. Got a trail camera around the corner. Let's see what's on the camera. Wow, 41. That's what? Nobody in here since us? Brutal. There's a deer at night. Nothing. Squirrel. 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 That looks like us. Man, nothing has been through here since we came. That was the last image, was us walking through here. Terrible. Oh well, reset this and keep going. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up in this little spot here in the corner. Got an open field here. There's crows all over the place. You can't see them yet, but you will. We'll put the crow collar over here, the Fox Pro, and put the decoys over here so they're not looking at us down here. We're gonna crouch down here like military style, and then we're gonna dart out there where our decoys are at, and then we'll be able to pick them off. So we'll set these up here. I've got a variety of different crows. I've got 2 kind of fixed wing ones. You can put these on the ground somewhere. And inside the bag we have a Mojo decoy. This one here has those wings. So they're actually kind of magnetized, I guess. We slide those on like that. I gotta flip this guy around now. Get it on the right way. There, just like that. And then inside here I have a couple of pegs which will raise it up off the ground. I'm gonna pretend there's something good to eat over here that the crows are feeding on. Trick them. So that's 1, and then 2. It'd be nice to have a whole flock of them. I think that might trick them a little better, but hey, we do what we got. We use what we got, I should say. So we got the Fox Pro protocol, our Fox Pro Shockwave. So we got to set the volume here a little bit, and then we're going to tuck it. They're not going to be looking over here for anything really weird. So just do that, and then we'll put a little bit of some stuff on there, a little bit of stuff. And they're not really looking over here anyway. They're going to be looking at the decoys. They're going to come in pretty fast. Okay? Yeah, you ready? I'm ready. Oh, I think that's it. I don't think that's working. We did see huge flocks of them, so maybe it's that they're all together. A couple singles flew through and that was it. I'm gonna go talk to Jeremy, see what he thinks. I don't think they saw us. So no luck there. We're 0 for everything we're trying today. They weren't even coming in. Like, I turned the collar off and then a couple flew in, that was it. So I'm out of ideas. That's just well, maybe they're coming from wherever they were. There's one way up here too. There's 2 more.
Maybe they just for a long time coming.
Well, I think they're really far away.
Yeah.
Like whatever the heck they're doing at that field over there. I might have called them from all the way over there.
Yeah.
Well, throw them out. We'll try again. But we did notice some fly over when we were taking down. We're gonna head up the field here. We'll probably hunt from the corn, because that's originally when I started crow hunting. I did it from here. And when I scouted, I found them up here, but I didn't have permission to hunt up there till not too long ago. You go through there?
Yeah, it's a shortcut.
Okay, I'm all for shortcuts. This stuff's heavy, surprisingly heavy. You wouldn't think it was heavy, but it's heavy. All right, set number 3. Now we're in the corn. They were landing out here before, so maybe they'll land here again. Doesn't seem very loud. Might have to turn it up.
Yeah.
There's none around here at all. Like, they're not right here.
No.
Like we would have had some luck this morning trying it, and there was no wind. I don't know. Try something else. Maybe go get some pigeons or something. That was all for nothing. We didn't get anything. I was thinking the crow collar wasn't working because it was really, really quiet, and then I brought it back here and I just tested it and it works fine. So I think it's just all the wind, and it's just not going to shoot out sound that far into the field. So I'm going to have a snack and we'll have a talk, figure out what Jeremy wants to do next. We might go try to get some pigeons at the farm, because we only have about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before we need to get kind of situated for evening deer hunt. And I think right now we want to get something big. I mean, kind of that's how every season runs, where you start off, you think you can kind of make it on the smalls, and there's lots of smalls, but eventually your smalls kind of run out. You're not seeing any even squirrel activity over at the squirrel stand anymore. We're not going to come back, and we could go for squirrels in other places, but everything's kind of in a change here right now. As far as in case you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just chopping up meat so I can eat it quicker. But everything's out in the field and they're really well fed now, so they're grabbing all the corn. This is why we can't get our coons. So coons are supposed to be a staple item. We were ideally going to trap 10 of them and use the grinder, grind them all up and make a bunch of burgers. So whenever we're hungry, we could throw a burger on. But that's not looking like that's gonna happen at all. So I'm gonna mash all this up. I'm gonna heat it, have a bite to eat, and then figure out what the next step is. This is gonna be mostly goose meat, bear fat, and the rice from before. Not everything works out like you have planned. That's for darn sure. Jeremy got himself some apples from the tree. He hung back and raided the tree, it looks like.
Yeah, I got about probably over 10 pounds. Those are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
I like
delicious.
the yellow ones. They're definitely different from the reds. There's probably a whole bunch of different varieties.
Oh yeah.
Where'd that red one come? Was it here?
No, another tree beside the yellow tree.
No.
Yeah, I picked a bunch of them too, but they're all in the bucket now.
These ones taste like Max.
Yeah.
They're very snappy, very crunchy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
I freaking opened the door to the cabin and there's a raccoon sitting right here staring at me. And I'm like, is that thing okay? It's the middle of the freaking day. So I called for Jer, see if he would go grab the gun while I kept an eye on it. I ran back in the cabin, I got my 22, and came out, it was still there, still staring at me. And I wanted to check to see if it was frothing at the mouth or something had some rabies. And it's looking at me, I'm like, well, if it's got rabies, it's got to go anyway. And we're looking for food, and can't have it running around here like this with us here and the pets and everything. So I freaking unloaded a whole 22 clip on the thing. Almost. This thing is tough as nails. Oh, it's a little bit of a mess. I was not going to let up on it because I did not want it to go anywhere. I'm going to give you guys a quick look. Here it is. Do you guys see it? Oh man, that thing's tough as nails. It must have just been so curious about all the scents that were all going on up here. Here, proof. It's there. See it, guys? See it? Anyway, we're gonna get cleaned up. I had to get Jeremy. We were gonna go over to the pond. We were kind of resolved in the fact that we were going to go get some fish out of the pond again because nothing was working. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm gonna grab some gloves just because I don't want to touch it without that. But nothing was working today. Nothing. Insane. Jer! I'm not going to touch it without a glove because just in case it's got some diseases and problems. That's insane. But as I was saying, just from having all the dead refuse here, like we got a turkey tail there, we got geese hanging up all over the place. Did you hear all the shots? Yeah, like 15. Wasn't quite 15.
Like 16?
Guess what it was?
Raccoon.
Yeah?
Was it?
Yeah. Here, come in the frame. Seriously, I'm not joking. I'm not making this up. I opened the door and it's freaking right here.
Oh.
Right there. And I'm like, Jer! Because I was going to keep an eye on it to see if it ran. So I went and grabbed the gun and it was still there. I'm like, well, if either it's got a disease and I'm going to shoot it and we're going to throw it away, or we're going to shoot it and eat it.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was tough as nails, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I heard a few shots.
Well, wasn't going to let up on it.
So where did it end up?
It's just over here.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit of a mess. I want to get the gloves just in case it's got a problem, but I think it got worms.
Yeah.
So like I was telling everybody, we were resigned to go get some fish out of the pond. So Jeremy's up digging worms out of the field.
That's funny.
You did all right there?
Yeah, we flipped some logs and
okay.
your brother and I, and then there's a bunch.
Well, that works.
Yeah, more than
well,
enough.
Okay, so we'll get the raccoon hung up.
Yeah.
We can still go fishing.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to clean the
raccoon.
And
shoot pigeons. No.
Yeah, we'll grab enough. Yeah, we can grab some pigeons too. How crazy is that?
That's funny.
It must have smelled all the junk we have all over the place.
Yeah. Probably followed us all the way back. I heard the crows calling and it was like, oh, there must be food over there.
What the hell, man? That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the day like this?
Yeah.
I had no time to grab a camera there. That's one of those opportunities you don't wait for. Well, if there's a raccoon at camp, it's not going to stick around once it knows what's up. And it looked like it couldn't see me too good. They don't have very good daytime vision. It was just kind of like, what? Wrong spot. And like, where do I go? Because I want to go this way. Oh, that's a rush. Wouldn't be so much of a rush if I wasn't, interested in eating it. And that's pretty much why we came back. Hungry, tired, thirsty. Now I'm all pumped up, full of energy. That's a pretty fat raccoon. A female too. So it's gonna probably be heavier even. I don't know what you're doing out there in the middle of the day, but I wonder how they domesticated wolves. Well, it's the wolves that wandered into camp that made friends with the people. I don't think I'd make friends with a raccoon, but hey, you never know. Some people have. Jeremy's got strict instructions to catch 2 big trout, not a little trout, and a big trout. So if his first fish that he catches is a little trout, then I'm gonna catch the second one, which is going to be a big trout. Bring him up over here, right over there if you want.
is slippery like a trout.
Yeah, they're real slippery. They got lots of power, huh?
Yeah.
Don't let go of them.
Well,
Hold them tight because they still got lots of life left. There you go. Nice one.
yeah.
So this is our homestead trout pond. We're not really all that far from the cabin. It's on another property, so we've got this dug out. It was a last resort kind of thing. There are places to fish around here, but they're not really good. And that's basically why we put this trout pond in. And, you know, we could spend all day, maybe catch all fish somewhere. But then it would be an all-day project. So this is the homesteading part of it. Next year, you guys think we should plant gardens and things like that? And we could have pumpkins and zucchinis and squashes and maybe even some corn. I think that would be a cool series to do from the cabin. But we'd have to get it started, obviously, in the spring, get everything planted so that we had crops to grab. So Jeremy's going to catch his fish number 2 here. So it's going to be either my fish to eat or his fish to eat. The fish are pretty aggressive today. Had some pretty inclement weather the last few days, so they're probably sitting still yesterday, not doing too much, and this time they're super active. Jeremy went up to the barn there, tried to get a pigeon, and he missed. What are you, 0 for 3 or 0 for 2?
0 for 2.
0 for 2. So he didn't manage to get one. We'll go back up to the barn and have another peek. They'll settle back down, they should anyway. Now they're all agitated, so they're not grabbing the worm right away. They will. It's not a big pond. It's hard for them to hide.
Any progress?
Yeah, give me a second.
There's a nice school of them over at the other end. Oh, that's a good one. I saw his white belly.
There we go.
Oh, that's going to be a good supper.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, look at that fat one.
That's a good size one.
Yeah, there's a couple torpedoes like that cruising the other end.
Is there?
Yeah,
Well, that's good news.
yeah.
Like
There's at
big
least
ones?
25, 30 fish over there.
Oh, well, that's good.
And some of them are that big or bigger.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. There's fish number 2. And I get to eat the big one. Because I caught the big one. Huh. Jeremy's trying to get himself a pigeon. We're trying to get us pigeons. More pigeons. Not having much luck with that air gun. He's 0 for 3 now on the air gun. And of course the pigeons don't let you go 0 for 4. They just keep flying around because they don't like to be not safe. So we're having a heck of a time tracking them down now. And might not get another chance.
Don't think I can hit one flying, but you never know.
So we're pigeonless, but thankfully we went 2 for 2 on trout. So we have trout to eat. I mainly wanted to catch something easy to eat or easy to prepare because we were having guests over. And we're not going to be feeding the guests because we don't have that much food. Although we have a raccoon, we're just going to take a ton of time to prepare. So that's what we wanted to avoid. We get the trout, we can prepare those easily and then kind of enjoy some social time. Have trout and rice like we did last time. Because we have to go again. I'm going to get set for the deer hunt now. This time, as you know, well, last episode, I actually had turkeys coming in and I missed them 3 times. I was doing headshots and I missed them. So I'm going to bring my gun this time. So if they go past my stand again, I'm going to blast them with a gun because it's open. It's open season. I can take a male or female. I'm going to get suited up and I'll meet you over at the tree stand. Same place as yesterday. Hopefully different experience. Maybe I'll see a deer and a turkey. Wouldn't that be sweet? with some fresh tracks as I was coming in along the pathway that I use, and a bunch of skiff marks up in the pines. So they were here last night or early this morning. It's worth a shot. I don't really have any other morning stands that are easy to get to without spooking the deer, except for the squirrel stand. So we'll send Jeremy out to the squirrel stand tomorrow morning. I'll come here, and then tomorrow night we'll figure it out. I've got some other stands we can do evening runs at. But I'll get back to the cabin. Courtney and Holden are meeting us over there. And we'll find out if Jeremy saw anything. Hopefully he did. I feel bad if he goes all the way here, all the way back without seeing any deer. But that's hunting. That's how it goes. Alright, I gotta get out of the stand without getting eaten by coyotes.
We got you 2 nice new chairs. Well, they're not new. New to the cabin.
You heard that Jeremy didn't like what he was sitting on before?
I did not hear that, but I gathered these would be nicer than what you had. They're pretty sturdy.
Where'd you find them?
Side of the road. Someone was getting rid of them.
What are you eating? Burdo.
What are you eating?
Fish and rice.
Fish?
Yeah.
You went fishing?
Yeah. From the pond. Pond
What do you
fish.
get? Oh, your own pond fish.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, put that one back there.
Sure. You got Jeremy on housekeeping?
Well, there was a lot of dirt under that bench.
Oh.
It's only the second time you swept.
And you?
I sweep every day.
Oh, that's surprising.
Whatever. Caramel sauce?
Yeah, right. Bear caramel.
Caramel. I knew somebody would laugh at that.
So just down the ribs, down the backbone. And then
Pulling them off.
So that's the only waste, Jared. Out of the whole fish.
Just the ribs.
Yeah, and then when you eat your fish, whatever seasoning you want on it, which you won't put any, of course.
you're not allowed to put any adobo or anything like that. Then you get to actually eat it. Because if you put the seasoning on the ribs, and then when you go to eat it,
It all comes off with the ribs.
yeah. So this is like, this will be all, it's all boneless, no bones. That's the bones on this side, no bones. You put the seasoning right on it. You watching, Holdy?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Thinks probably can't get a fish like that at McDonald's.
You get a fish sandwich. Fish witch.
You know you can get actual zero waste? Dolphin and I tried this. With the perch bones that were left over from eating the perch, we breaded them and fried them.
Yeah.
And because they're pretty fine bone, they actually cook right through and you can eat them.
Okay.
Bread the bones?
Yeah, like the leftover spines.
Yeah. Huh.
Just kind of battered them and deep fried them.
Look how big mine is, it doesn't even fit.
Yeah.
Skin side down. And then Jeremy's gonna get nothing in his, and I'm gonna put over.
You go check out the meat pole to the right. To the right.
Oh my god. What the heck? Oh, okay.
What do you think of the meat pole?
Is that, what is that?
Go on over. Go look.
Oh my god. Where's all the, why is there so many feathers? Oh my, okay, that's why. Raccoon, goose, 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 goose. Pigeon?
Yeah.
Where the heck did you get a pigeon?
Out from the barn.
Chipmunk?
It's a red squirrel. It went into the live trap and died because it rained a lot.
Oh.
So.
They look so weird without feathers.
Did they?
It's just creepy. They look
Did you
like
think
chickens.
do you think a goose was that big? Like a live goose?
They look so small.
Well,
without
with the feathers off, but what about with the feathers on? They look pretty big.
Yeah,
don't
they look huge. But like, if you just cut off the neck, it looks like it'll if you took off the neck and those feet, and it looked like you could sell it as a chicken.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like a chicken.
What do you think about that raccoon? That's the raccoon that came up almost onto the cabin.
She's fat.
Fat, huh?
Oh my god. There's so many feathers.
Yeah, and we only plucked 3 or 4 so far.
You could feel like pillows.
Yeah, you want to make a pillow? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Go inside, ask Jeremy for the pillow he made. He made a pillow.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Ask him if he'll show you the pillow he made.
How many geese are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you eat one?
Yeah, we
8.
ate one. There's one inside you can eat if you want.
No thanks.
No? You don't want to have
full.
one? You're full.
Well, I ate like 2 large fries and a quarter pounder.
That's not your pillow.
Oh, well,
What was that?
Kale? Oh, it's so fluffy.
don't squeeze it too hard or all the feathers will pop out the end.
So that's the breast underneath the goose on the outside
It's
part.
really soft. Mom, feel it.
Oh yeah. Who's down? Very nice.
It's very
You
soft.
pass it back. Jeremy will put it back up.
Yeah.
So what's happening? You leaving?
Yes, Holden needs to go to bed.
You don't want to stay here and eat raccoon? Help us make
No
some
thanks.
raccoon
I'm
burgers?
full. I'm full.
You're full?
I'm full. I ate a lot of fries.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Me too.
So probably people want to know what you think of all these adventures. So what do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know.
No, what you think?
Oh,
I
I think they're cool. I support you.
You're not
I
gonna-
would
you're not gonna do one with us?
I would subscribe to your channel if I had a YouTube account. I want to just make one. I want to make a YouTube account.
Okay. You can make one.
I don't have one yet. I'll make it on my Switch.
Alright.
I've said in the summer I would do one.
A summer one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna...
I would not be
Catch
very
things?
helpful though. You
No,
know
I'm
that.
just gonna eat the things I catch.
Yeah.
And then you're uninvited. Just an extra mouth
I
to
think that's
feed.
why it hasn't happened so far.
Yeah, you gotta hustle. All the time.
Yep.
Alright, bye.
Goodbye.
See you in a couple days.
Right.
Yep.
Have fun.
Yep.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Jeremy.
See you later.
Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Yep. Alright, the kids are gone. So we don't have to
Chair.
rub it in. Oh, share. That's, yeah. We're eating pretty good today. But we have been eating pretty good.
I'd say so.
Right?
Yeah. Mixed with maple syrup.
Yeah. If you guys are just tuning in, this is a new meal to you, but if you've been watching the series, this is a meal we've had before. This is like the default meal, I think, when everything else doesn't work so far. Or, you know, we could have made raccoon burgers.
We could have cooked pigeon.
Yeah,
We could have cooked goose.
that's true.
We have leftover goose.
We haven't really done like, we should probably get, we only have 1 pigeon left, right?
2.
2 pigeons?
Yeah.
Well, we should probably do that tomorrow then.
Sure.
Pigeon and raccoon. Hopefully we'll have enough time to do the raccoon burger. And run it through the grinder. So it's a fairly lengthy job too. Like we'll have to bone it all out and it sounds easy
Cut all the
enough.
fat off of it.
Yeah.
Bone bowl.
So we'll see where we get on that front. Why don't you tell everybody how you're hunting mine, because I already updated my hunt.
Oh yeah, so
You guys already know.
it popped out. On my way to my deer hunting spot, I flushed a grouse, which didn't go far, so I started to chase the grouse. Then I flushed cottontail, and then I didn't see or get either one of them. And I went to my deer stand, and I was just kind of walking along, and I came to the edge of the field. Oh, there's a dozen turkeys right there. So I dropped all my stuff, I loaded the crossbow, got pretty excited. I was like, oh, a little unsteady, I should just relax a bit. Kind of had some shots, but it was a little bit twiggy, and then they started to move along the field, and then I moved around a tree. Anyway, I got a shooting lane on them, and I took a shot with the crossbow and I missed. And And then I loaded the crossbow again. I took a second shot and I missed. And then they all decided it's probably a good idea to get out of there. So they trotted off into the woods. Then I spent half an hour looking for crossbow bolts, of which I found one. So I owe Adam Craig a crossbow bolt unless I can go find that other one tomorrow. Probably owe him a mechanical broadhead anyway, because
Yeah.
after they've been shot in the dirt.
Yeah, that's the same thing I mentioned the other day about mine. I mean, you can take them apart and sharpen them, but they're never. I don't know. Maybe with the work sharpener.
Yeah. Yeah.
You might be able to get them pretty
Even just to
close.
drop them again, like they felt like they were still pretty sharp. But
Yeah, I mean, but it's a big difference when you're shooting a deer.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to drop right away and you're going to have a good trail, or it's going to go all night and you're never going to find it. So, I mean, it's something you don't really want to mess around with. It's you put so much time and effort into hunting a deer.
Yeah,
do you really
might
want?
as well do it right.
Yeah. Do you only want to cheap out and not have the most sharpest out of the box broadhead? I've been on wild goose chases, so to speak, with deer, and it's not fun.
No.
Like, you can go days tracking, and it's, if it's not good. It's not. So you do everything you can to minimize that.
Yeah.
So at least, well, it's good you got shot off anyway.
Yeah. Then I just kind of sat there and plucked a goose for the rest of the night.
Watching anything.
Big flock of crows came over.
Yeah.
There were a few blackbirds hanging around.
Same with me. They were flying over and they were squawking out in the field too, collecting there. So we could try a crow hunt again tomorrow.
The gray squirrels were barking quite a bit too at one point, mostly when the crows were around, but none of them came within eyesight of where I was. I was hoping they might be working that edge of the bush, since I seem to have extincted the population over by the squirrel stand.
There's no squirrels over there anymore.
No.
I saw some at my stand, but I'm not really focused on that.
No.
I'd rather not spook anything out. I was pretty leery about even shooting at the turkeys because I'd rather get a deer. And the turkeys, of course, didn't come because I was all ready for them with the gun and everything. Got the gun up in the tree and they don't show up. So, yeah, kind of how it goes. But just earlier, we had something scurry off outside the cabin again. I think it was just a cottontail, but I'm going to be guarding the meat pole tonight because it's a really calm night, but really cold. Every night I'm hearing the coyotes.
Yeah.
I heard coyotes from the stand where I was sitting to, sounding off, like big group of them. So yeah, pretty neat.
I haven't seen one here yet.
I walked up on one. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, but I was going to the stand. I actually was going through grass like this, and there's a trail off of a fenced row, and it kind of came over the hill, and this just a white patch of fur just went like that. It was like a big coyote. I was only about 10 yards away, but but it saw me and knew I was there first, and I just saw it run. But yeah, it's kind of neat. Probably thought it was a cow or something because it's next to the pasture.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really paying attention. It's a good mix to have the different varieties. Have a fish, a bird, and a mammal. And then of course different kinds of mammal and different kinds of fish. Like if you gotta eat the same thing all the time, your palate just gets tired of it. Like there's certain things, like probably fish you could eat like once a day. But I feel like the raccoon, if it's cooked in the same way, I wouldn't want to eat it. Like even for breakfast, I didn't really like the coon the second day. So something about that. This season 6 of the Wilderness Swim Challenge. We're gonna weigh ourselves at the end. 2 more days. We're gonna find out if we lost any weight. You guys think we're eating the right kinds of food to keep our weights up? Or weight up, or weights up, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you can go back and look some of the previous series to figure out what got us to this homesteading edition, because we started off with nothing, and then we've been adding more and more things to make it doable or possible to live long term. So obviously having these amenities around us isn't just a complete fluke or accident. Having a wood fireplace helps us to conserve calories at night, keep us warm. Just having a chair and a table, and a stove to cook on, where we're not having to hunch over a fire and collect firewood. It's a huge deal.
Yep. Yeah, it saves a lot of time. Mind you, we're not using that extra time to relax.
No, definitely not.
We're running a pretty full schedule.
Yeah, non-stop. Like before dark to well after dark.
We're doing
Every day.
we're trying novel things too, right? Mm-hmm. I don't know if you get a big return on pigeons or crows, but we want to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're not filling our chops up with raccoon right now, so we need to be doing something during the middle of the day. Pigeon. You know, are there evening ones? The bookends are, you know, like geese in the morning. You have to choose between doing geese or deer. Turkey could probably go midday, but we don't have a good beat on them where they're hanging out during midday. And it's not a spring hunt, it's a fall hunt, so.
I got a message from Mark. He said that field that we hunted this morning had 100 birds in it this afternoon.
No.
Yeah.
What? 100 geese in it?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark can't take us out again.
No.
Maybe he will tomorrow night.
Maybe.
Maybe if he saw that,
Yeah.
he might change
We haven't
his
done an
mind.
afternoon goose hunt yet, so.
No. The way our deer hunts are going, might as well do another goose hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Just to get ahead on things. Well, we'll see what tomorrow brings. We don't know yet. We have no idea.
No.
Figure it out as we go. So if you watch the whole video right full stop, make sure you watch the whole series. And happy to have you guys along. So leave a comment and let us know what you think. Check out Jeremy. He's on One Wild Crafter, and I'll link it in the description so you can find him.